Breed coming through with another live stream. They desperate because it's almost over. Now, this particular stream right here is going to be multi-layered and multifaceted because this applies to everything that's happening, everything that's happening in a lot of brothers and sisters' personal lives. See, the narcissistic demons are no longer able to have a grasp on God's people. They are no longer allowed to energy harvest off of us. They are no longer allowed to get emotional reactions out of us. They are no longer able to fuel their wicked empire and kingdom off of our essence and our energy, and they are desperate. They know it's almost over. They know that prophecy is being fulfilled. They know that God's people are being set free. They know that Satan has only but a short amount of time, and that time is running out. See, ladies and gentlemen, there may be people in your lives right now who think they have a clutch on you. They may think that the same person you are right now is going to be the same person you're going to be in the future, but that's not true. You got a lot of people out here desperately contending for the energy of God's righteous people. And it's driving them insane. It's driving them insane knowing that they cannot destiny swap with the righteous. They know this thing is almost over. And this goes for every facet of society right now. I mean, all the way up to the high ups. You know, the people out there that's a part of the shadow government, the cabal, the principalities in high places. They know that the awakening is spreading. They know that there's not a day goes by where one of the Most High's chosen ones can see. And they're desperate. And they have accelerated their programs. They have accelerated their campaigns against the righteous. I see y'all rolling in the chat pretty quick. Peace and blessings to y'all. I see y'all. Make sure y'all like the video on y'all way in. So what we talking about? We talking about the desperation coming from the wicked. The desperation coming from those who have persecuted you, brothers and sisters, without cause. Those who have lied. Those who have slandered your name. Those who have made false assertions and conjecture and bear false witness on your names. Listen, what goes in the wash must come out the rinse. And God is not to be mocked. They will reap what they sow. They will reap what they sow. And the Most High sees all. And y'all got to keep that in mind. Don't fall into the emotional hamster wheel that some of your friends, family, colleagues, associates like to run you through. Don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them love bomb you. You got to stand on your convictions. You got to stand on your personal revelations that the Creator gave you. And you got to continue to navigate, avoiding the pitfalls, not allowing anybody to make you return to your old self. See, ladies and gentlemen, the fact that we are taking accountability for all of our actions as God's people and being very transparent with ourselves, that's the reason why Satan has lost his grip. Right now, a lot of what you see going on in the world with all the racial tension, all of the divide that you see, listen, those campaigns are being funded. They're being funded. Lots of money. I mean, I would say millions, I would say billions, but it's trillions. Trillions of dollars are being spent to do what? cause conflict, chaos, separation, division. They want riots. They want race wars. They want anarchy breaking free in the streets. They want it to be a purge. Why do they want that? Out of desperation. They want that out of desperation. Satan knows his time is running out, so he's trying to see if he can trick a couple souls off of the streets. If he can trick a couple souls, you know, out of these college campuses or out of their communities. But we're not going for that, brothers and sisters, because we know they desperate. We know that all the money in the world, all the resources in the world that they have used against God's chosen people still didn't work because we didn't walk off the face of the planet. That's a miracle. Some of you all look at y'all lives right now, and the fact that you still here is a miracle. Some of you all survived smear campaigns. Some of y'all survived a whole cult. Some of you all survived the witches and warlocks. Some of y'all survived your local Masonic temple and you didn't even know it. Oh, they tried it. They tried gang stalking. They tried shutting every door of opportunity that was offered to you, but nonetheless, a lot of you still navigated through it. See, their time is running out. They're desperate because they seeing that the ones who remain long suffering, the ones who remain true to themselves and kept their authenticity, they can see that the Lord stayed with y'all regardless of what happened. Oh, they desperate. They desperate in the White House. I mean, these people are ripping each other apart, ripping each other to shreds. There's an implosion going on in America. Some of your family members, they're desperate because they don't see you as the person that they could control anymore. Imagine this. I'm about to drop a nugget right now. Some of y'all got talked about like a dog because you was trying to break their generational curses they started in the families. Imagine being persecuted for trying to break their curses. But nonetheless, you still continue to push through, and those curses are being broken. See, those demons that operated in people wanted to keep you. They wanted the family legacy to remain tarnished. You know, some of you all know things that happen in the family that you couldn't even speak on. But you did it anyway and was the one who brought light to dark situations. And now the judgment was for those gatekeepers who held the secrets. And there's a lot of gatekeepers. It's a lot of people who are desperate. They're under a tremendous amount of pressure knowing that God's people are awakening. And I'm going to tell y'all, this is not just some social media stuff that we talking right now. This is a whole movement. That's what y'all got to understand. This is a movement. This is a spiritual network. This community is more than just some platform. No. It's all about this awakening. And I'm gonna explain this to y'all. There's a lot of people who don't like to see God's people elevate. They're desperate. They know this thing is almost over, man. NASA's getting ready for it. You got Elon Musk flying all kind of ships into the sky, and you know, you got the world's richest man posting it's time for us to fight. They're not telling you who they're fighting. You know, that's desperation right there. They're afraid. Turning the Pentagon into the Department of War, that's somebody who's afraid. That's a failing government. That's desperation. That's not a flex. Don't let don't let these people peacock you into be thinking they strong and they got this dominion. Nah. A lot of them are flabbergasted that a lot of the psychological warfare is not working. They're flabbergasted that the human experimentation, the gang stalking program, they look, they're at all, and they're astonished by the fact that we still can see. No matter what type of poison and toxins they put out in the air, because it's biochemical warfare too. No matter how much false doctrines and lies they put out there, we still rise. No matter how much friends and family persecute, we still there. And we're not falling for the charades or the smoke and mirrors. Somebody says they are coward men wearing dresses now. I don't know what you mean by that. Make sure you got everything right. They are coward men wearing dresses now a base man. I don't know what that means. Anonymous says exactly. Same thing I'm trying to say. Spiritual warfare is heavy right now. It is. The spiritual warfare is very much real. And what we got to do is continue to speak life. That's the name of the game right now. Speak life, even in the face of adversity, even in the face of lies, scandal, rumors, innuendos, gossip. We have to continue to speak life. Because why? Life and death lie in the power of the tongue. So what we say holds a great weight to what happens. And our fate is everlasting life. Our fate is salvation. Our fate is to break generational curses. Our fate is to live to the end of our days, healthy, safe, and strong. Our fate when honoring God's laws is to be in full health, to be joyous, to be on top, not at the bottom. And look, let me tell y'all something. What the enemy is really preying on is that we destroy ourselves by not honoring our God. Because when we out here and we not moving right, we open ourselves up to be persecuted at times. We open ourselves up to put ourselves in conditions that we shouldn't be in. That's why you got to keep it focused on the goal. Certain people you just gonna have to cut off because they're not really for you. They don't really have your best interests at heart. For some of you all, it's dire that you just get certain people out your lives, man, because you won't reach your full potential with certain people there. They gotta go. They wasn't designated to go where you going. They wasn't meant to go. And it could be hard to deal with that, with certain people just aren't meant to go where you going. They're not on that train of thought to make it to the next level spiritually. They're not on that train of thought. And it's not always easy. Sometimes it'll be your own mother, your father, your sister, your brother. It'll be somebody close to you at times. And they'll get desperate knowing that they can no longer use you. Because let's make this clear. Some of y'all are being used by people. And when they find out, man, I can't use this person no more, they'll get desperate. Some of them will get very volatile. Some of them will, get deadly. It's crazy out here. You got people just really emotionally codependent on others to the point where they getting hacked. Their spirits is getting hacked. Nah, man, you gotta be safe and sound. The number one thing is to protect your peace. If somebody's disturbing that and disrupting that, they can disturb your purpose. Because we got a long road ahead of us. Although it's coming to an end, they desperate. They know it's coming to an end. But there's still a lot of work. And the labor is plenteous, but the laborers are few. That means it's a lot of work, but it's not too many people ready to do it. You got to be around people who ready to do the work for the Most High, who ready to move to the next level, because we ain't going to get to the kingdom by observation alone. Just like these desperate devils and demons are working overtime, trying to sabotage the righteous, trying to sabotage our growth, development, trying to sabotage who you are and take your destiny and demonically mimic you and all of these kind of things that they do, because it's the type of tactics they use. Just like they working overtime, the devil ain't taking no days off. We can't take none off. And a lot of you men out there, you got to understand, this is a call for action for us too. We don't just sit back and be like, oh, it's about to be over for them. No. We're not moving in haste and we're not moving in desperation, but it is a call to action. There's a call to action, particularly you men out here. We got to be letting it be known who we are and how we stand. You know what I'm saying? Because in these last days, if you ain't standing on business, if you ain't 10 toes, oh, you'll be a casualty of war out here. Ain't no time to be lukewarm. Ain't no time to be lukewarm. Those people who lukewarm, they getting their souls snatched every day. Every single day. Why? Because they're not dying to the flesh. Why? Because they got selfish energy. Why? Because they self-centered. Why? Because they full of pride. The pride of life then already got them. They operating in the spirit of preeminence, wanting to be the top person in charge and all of that. It's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of different spirits that you brothers and sisters got to navigate around every single day of your lives. People operating on their lower selves, and that's why the powers that be, the so-called powers that be, are taking advantage of a lot of this stuff we seeing going on. And they flipped the switch. They sending their race soldiers out there in the world. They're, they got their control opposition. They got their anarchists. Because they know it's so many people in the world emotionally distable right now that all you got to do is flip the switch. One situation can happen. We got so much trauma-based material that goes on the media. All they got to do is come up with the right situation, and they know that that's going to create the perfect storm. They know that will create the perfect storm. So you understand, you're dealing with desperate people, that, ladies and gentlemen, every day. You're dealing with a lot of desperate people every day. And desperate people are dangerous people. Yep, somebody said a lot of super soldiers on the horizon, and that's a fact. There's a lot of these witches and warlocks that are out here who are really gunning for God's people out of desperation, because they know their judgment is coming, and they hanging on by a thread. These monitoring spirits out there. Let me see here. Somebody said, all praises to the Most High God and Christ. Peace, Nubreed. Blessings to everyone. Blessings to you. Somebody says a lot of spiritual theft as well. Yes. Yeah, you got a lot of people who are trying to position themselves in a way where they won't get tried to fire like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They don't want to get placed in that fire. They don't want to go through the persecution. They don't want to be tried. They don't want to be tried. So out of desperation and fear, because it's fear, out of desperation and fear, they don't listen. They are willing to do whatever. They're willing to do whatever. And that's the type of society we live in. And it's almost invisible, like, but at the same time, the elephant in the room that people are trying to really position themselves to make it out on the other side. But they're doing everything but rely on the Most High. They're doing everything but what the scripture tells them to do. They're doing everything but depend on the Lord for our daily bread. They're doing everything in the world but build with like-minded people, seeking godly counsel. Gather yourselves together, O nation I desire. They're doing everything but doing what the scriptures say. I'm telling you. And what the scriptures tell us. Where there's no godly counsel, the people fall. What godly counsel do we have in this world today? Y'all see what's going on with these churches? They human trafficking. You got churches all over the nation right now that are being exposed. Pastors are being arrested and charged. Some even convicted of human trafficking. That's what's going on in the church house. People are trying to align themselves with the cabal. You got these, listen, they so desperate. The billionaires are desperate. It ain't just the millionaire pastors. It ain't just these sodomite churches and stuff. No. The billionaires, they got the underground tunnels. Oh, they got whole underground cities, trillion dollar underground cities. You got these people ready to download their conscience and put it in AI. You got these people that got homes, $1 million, billion homes that's already inside mountains. Yeah. They know this thing is almost over. People think it's a game, but the so-called, oh, they're moving. They're moving accordingly. Yep. Oh, they got plans to fly off into space. They're already moving accordingly. You see Trump putting out golden statues of himself in front of the White House. There's a lot of madness going on right now in the news, man. There's so much to cover. Like right now, the National Guard, they just got summoned in front of the White House. Somebody done put up an Epstein and Trump statue in front of the White House. I'm telling you, bro. And I don't know why they got the National Guards out there. Maybe something else going on we don't know. Or they could have done that because of those statues. I'm telling you. There's a big war going on in politics. And there's a lot of people with money. When you got a bunch of billionaires who are divided, oh, there's a lot of things going on. Somebody said, we need a Nubreed statue. No, we don't need that. We're not with the idolatry. Hold on, let me grab my water. Yeah, we don't need that. We're not into that idol worship and all of that. What we do is we need to really come together in truth I mean, it's getting real out. These people are desperate. You got, listen, there's a lot of millionaires that are jumping off buildings right now as we speak. Jumping, I'm talking about just swan diving off of buildings. Ending it all. They know this thing is almost over. They know that everything is reaching a boiling point. They know it is. They just trying to stop God's people from awakening because they know what's going to happen. Yeah, you got Trump trying to be Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, he got a golden statue built in front of his place. I don't think Trump plans on leaving the White House, but he ain't got that much time left. But see, this is what the heathens do. They put tokens everywhere, meaning their statues. They place their idols everywhere when they know it's coming to a halt soon. Because they believe that's all they got. They believe all they got is their statues, their buildings, and what they can leave behind. Yeah, these pagans know what time it is. The witches and warlocks, they know what time it is. And those narcissistic, evil people with bad intentions that have been trying to hold and suppress you, brothers and sisters, for so many years, they even know that their time is running out. They know it. They know it. Yeah, you got this whole MAGA cult out here that is clearly displaying Satanism and hedonism and masonry and all out of desperation. All out of desperation. Somebody said, without America, you will have Satan's New World Order. No, America's part of it. Somebody said the fullness of the Gentiles is coming to fruition, saints. Absolutely. Yeah, we are witnessing a time like never before. And I'm going to tell y'all, they're desperate. But the prophets of old, our people, they would have loved to live in this time. Because they would understand that it's one step closer to our Messiah returning. It's one step closer to judgment coming. It's one step closer to us reaching our new bodies that's incorruptible. Our new kingdom. The world we see right now is coming to a halt. And all we can do is proclaim that truth as God's people. Like it can't, y'all gotta understand, it can't go on like this too much longer. It cannot go on like it has been going for too much longer. It has to stop. It has to. It's too much evil. It's too much hatred. It's too much wickedness going on. And I wanted to come through and drop this jewel on y'all, man. And I want y'all to like the video, get the likes up as far as you can. And also, man, let me know down in the comment section if you see the desperation on people. Give me examples of the desperation that you have seen personally. Regardless of what industry you work in, talk to me. What industry are you in? What have you seen? Because there's a lot of changes going on with trucking. There's a lot of changes going on with the entertainment industry. There's certain moves being made. There's certain coins that are being put out there. People are making certain investments. Why? They know what's coming. They know what's coming. So don't fall for the provoking spirits that are out there. They just trying to trick you out your destiny. Don't let nobody trick you out your purpose and trick you out your position, ladies and gentlemen. You got to stay grounded, stay rooted in truth. You know what I'm saying? Have that personal relationship with the Creator. Have your prayer life right, and stay away from negative people who don't offer you nothing but negativity, right? Man, like, comment, share, subscribe, support the work. Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. More material coming. Y'all be blessed out there. Shalom and peace.